And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. We got a great one lined up today. We've got all the banks getting ready with quantum. You and me know about the NIST, the NIST, the HBAR, Hedera Council, SEALS Q, satellite went up into space. All this is done. We're going to go over today a deep dive with the Bank of International Settlement. We are getting to the point where now the institutions are getting ready to jump in. Hey, this ain't popping off until the institutions get settled. You're not going to get rich until B of A, JP Morgan, and all these top banks in the world are all in. They got their stores set up. They're all protected. Nothing ain't happening right now. The quantum computer could come right in and just wipe everything out. Nothing's happening right now until we get quantum proof. That's where your SEALS Q company investment comes in. Your SEALS Q, where everybody needs that fucking microchip. I forgot the name of the microchip. But SEALS Q, HBAR Technologies. There's going to be another crypto we're going to talk about in here, EQTY. Remember the LTO token about 8 months ago? We all invested. Nobody else was talking about that. Nobody, no channel was discussing the LTO token except Crypto Hulk. That's the one that coin came back like 4 times. We pumped it, dumped it, and went shot back up again. We pumped it, dumped it, shot. It did like 4 times. LTO. Then we've got Caleb Brown. We moved our LTO to Caleb Brown. Then we got the EQTY token. See, on Crypto Hulk channel, you're so early. Some of you are way too impatient. You're like, oh, when's this going to happen? I'm going to sell this off. This coin doesn't do anything. Now this EQTY is linked in with the top banks in the world. Oh, shit. I fucked up, Crypto Hulk. I told you. When your mentality is here today, here tomorrow, today, tomorrow. You buy a crypto today, got to sell it today, or maybe tomorrow. You're not thinking past tomorrow. That's why you get fucking destroyed in crypto. See, I go over fundamentals. I still have LTO on my Caleb Brown account. I bet you 90% of you guys, 95, 99% don't even have it. And that's fine. You're today, tomorrow. You are a today, tomorrow mentality. That's why you don't have certain cryptos. It doesn't fit in your brain. Grant, member for 28 months. Thanks for all you do. Much love from us to you. First 5 people of the show, Lester Mina, Chris Sharpie, Brian Edwards, Stephen Morris, rookie numbers, MAB 1914, Crypto She-Hulk is here. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Don't buy any crypto I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. I don't know anything about finances. I don't know anything about anything. What I do know is about drug use, major cocaine, heroin, peyote, LSD, methamphetamines. I live off this shit. 24/7, I'm high. So that is your financial advisor, so fucking high, giving you advice. There you go. Now, we got kind of a bit of a deep dive here. Let me just give you this link. It's a 33-page report. Let me do a copy and a paste. We got to kind of get to work today. I got this huge report to go over. And some cryptos. So there's the report right there. Now, what we got going on, this is the Bank of International Settlements. Just to let you know, Ripple's a partner of them. Ta-da! So I want you to see something. What we have on Crypto Hulk channels, we go over basic facts and fundamentals. So we already established the fact right here. Ripple joins the Bank of International Settlements. This was 2 years ago. Why did Ripple join the BIS? Because the Bank of International Settlements is working with Ripple for cross-border payments. Enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions provider Ripple is among members of a cross-border payments task force. Remember that one guy we were watching? I made a video yesterday. I remember that one guy who's so fucking stupid. He's saying that Ripple's a banking meme coin or something. He doesn't understand. Remember, what was his name? Steven Domowski or some shit like that, or whatever his name was. He's like, yeah, I just don't understand. Isn't Ripple like a meme coin? Remember that dumbass? What we have right here is the Bank of International Settlements. Of all the banks in the world, they set the policy. Ripple's a part of that. How is a meme coin? See how fucking stupid that guy's? He's got to either be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet or he's the biggest liar. One of those two. Or both. We even had a survey. Survey says Ripple, according to this, enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions. How is that a meme? Because a meme coin is nothing, right? Ripple is among the members of the Cross-Border Payments Task Force, recently formed by the Bank of International Settlements. You got MasterCard and Swift involved in this. Swift. You got all these banks and stuff. How is Ripple's XRP a meme coin? Do you realize how fucking stupid that statement was? That is the dumbest shit you could fucking say. And he's sitting there like he knows shit. He's on a little podcast with his little geek-ass friend who looks like a fucking pile of shit, a pile of hammered shit. Those two little fuckboys sitting there talking about crypto. They don't even know what they're talking about. They're probably going to blow each other after the show. How fucking embarrassing. Those two. See, that's the pussified male. Those two are pussified males. And somehow they got on the internet. They're making their little circle jerk videos and shit. Nobody wants to fucking watch. They're talking about dumb shit that's not even true. Now, we're going to go over this right here. Bank of International Settlements, 33-page report. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my Grok deep dive. And then I'm going to go back to the report. I want to get in the deep dive first, and then I'll kind of casually go through this 33-page report. Let me give you a summary of what this is. We're talking about Project LEAP, L-E-A-P. It's in phase 2, conducted by the Bank of International Settlement Innovation Hub Eurosystem Center in collaboration with the Bank of Italy, the Bank of France, Deutsche Bundesbank. Swift is involved in this. Nexi Colt is involved. Ripple's involved. And yet that dumb fuck's calling Ripple. He thinks, I just don't understand. I think it's a bank meme coin. That is the dumbest shit you could ever fucking say. I still can't forget. That's one of the dumbest fucking things I've heard in a very long time. Let's continue. Ripple's mixed up. How is a meme coin mixed all mixed up in this? Is that even possible in this universe? No. I swear, man. Alrighty. All these banks we just talked about aimed to implement post-quantum cryptography, PQC. Remember those 3 words, because we're going to talk about Seals Q. Some of you guys invested in that. I told you about Seals Q. It was $1.70. At one point, it hit $7-8. Guess what? That shit's going to hit $100,000 to $500,000. You'll see. And then it was all because on the Crypto Hulk show, you found out earlier than any other channel. Okay. Now you're dealing with the Bank of International Settlements. You're probably dealing with 300 banks here in this whole project with everybody involved, possibly. Eventually, they're all going to use it. So you're going to be having 300 banks mixed up in this eventually. It's aimed Oh, look what we got going on here. They're going to what? Implement. That means they already have it. Now they're going to implement it in a system of Target 2 and European. They're going to implement. It didn't say create. They've already created all the shit. Like I've been telling you, I don't know, for about 3 years at the least, all the shit's already done. All the shit's already fucking done. Okay. Now they're going to implement, meaning they already have a quantum resistant system. They're going to implement it. It's already done. They're aimed to implement post-quantum cryptography into what? The Euro system Target 2 payment system to protect against quantum computing threats to public key cryptography, particularly in digital signatures for liquidity transfers. The methodology involved, notice this is past tense, already done. The methodology involved testing PQC signature schemes, specifically crystals dilithium. Oh shit, Crypto Hulk. Isn't HBAR working on that with Seals Q and all that? Yeah. Are there other? Now, HBAR is working with Ripple. They're partners. And Ripple's a payments company, and Ripple's involved in this. Now, let me tell you something. This is for the dumb people out there who say this. Well, there's no evidence showing direct link between all this and these cryptos you're talking about, Crypto Hog. You're misleading everybody with false statements. No, the only false statement is that you're alive. Okay. What we got going on is this. You have the government who's being told what to do by the top 5 families of the world. They control everything. Cryptocurrency will enslave the entire planet. That's the goal. So they can control it. All right. We now have the technology for the top 5 families to run and control everybody, make them slaves. We're going to try to create a one, and I can't say world, and I can't say order. That's how this thing, that's the end game. Okay. Crystals, dilithium, and the PQC signature schemes. Okay, and all this comes from HBAR, who's working on this. Leonard Baird, or whatever the guy's name is. He came from the NSA and all that shit. Look, all this stuff's HBAR, Algorand, Chainlink, Ripple. Okay, Ripple. They're not going to tell you. Ripple has all these non-disclosure agreements. You're not going to find out. Okay. Who's all involved in this? Ripple has all these non-disclosure agreements. So you're not going to have the agreement that shows the Bank of what we do on this show is we look at common sense. We have a Ripple HBAR partnership. That's a fact. We know this. Everybody knows this. If you're fucking halfway intelligent, you know this. I've shown the article a gazillion times. We got Ripple and HBAR as partners. HBAR is a DAG. HBAR, their technology, it can't be hacked by a quantum computer. HBAR is working with crystals dilithium. HBAR is a Ripple partner. Ripple's a partner of the BIS. The BIS is, this is what the whole show is about today is the BIS. So what you're telling me, Mr. Dum Dum, is that Algorand, which also can't be hacked, is working with Chainlink, Ripple, HBAR, and none of them are sharing this with the BIS, but yet Ripple is a partner of all this, but they're not going to share that with the BIS. Really? Do you really believe that? And you do, because that's why you leave dumb comments. And that's why I have a show and you don't, because you're fucking retarded. So what we have is all these things right here. HBAR is working on but yet you won't see official relationships. That's not how this happens. Because if they made it too easy, then everybody would know about this. Okay. This is where you have to have some kind of intelligence to figure this shit out. You have to have inference abilities. Okay. This is not really a stretch. You have HBAR that is dealing with everything right here. Everything the BIS we're going to be talking about today, the crystals, dilithium, and all this cryptography and the DAG and all shit, that's HBAR. HBAR and Ripple are partners. Seals Q and WiseSat and all that, they provide the hardware and the microchip for all this technology. Ripple's also a partner with Algorand and Chainlink. Now, Ripple's a partner with the BIS. This all... Now, we don't have letters that say, oh, yes, Ripple's working with and they're sharing. You don't have to have that, dumbass. This is just fucking common sense. So what you're telling me is the BIS, who's a Ripple partner, is working on crystals, dilithium, but they're not saying anything to anybody else. The BIS has Ripple as a partner, and Ripple's partnered up with HBAR, who's doing the same thing, but nobody's sharing information or working together. Come on, seriously? That's so fucking stupid. The methodology involves testing PQC signature schemes, specifically crystals, dilithium, at the business application header level of ISO 20022. See, all this is coming together. Payment messages in a controlled test environment, replacing traditional RSA signatures. This included functional, performance, and interoperability tests. That's where Ripple comes in with the interoperability. HBAR comes in with the DAG. You got your Chainlink for the oracles. You got your Algorand for what it does. Let's continue. With modifications to system components like ESMIG connector and signature verification software, using software-based keys instead of hardware security modules due to scope limitations, participants reconfigured software and developed new components to support PQC, ensuring compatibility across diverse central bank and network service provider infrastructure. Interoperability is at stake here. I think that's where the interledger protocol comes in. I think that's where Codius comes in. Okay, welcome, Codius. The project never died. You take a Codius and you evolve it into what it should be today. That's what happened. So the dumbasses are like, oh, that's an old project. No, they got the same project, dummy. Then over time, you add AI to it. You add Web3. You add all these things to Codius from 10 years ago, dummy. You don't just throw it all away. Say, oh, that's nothing. No, you add to it. Fucktards, okay? That's what's up. That's why Codius is already built into the HTTP 402, dumbass, into the internet. It was put into the Codius was already put into the internet, dumbass. Conclusions emphasize the viability of migrating payment systems to quantum safe cryptography. The necessity for enhanced cryptographic agility, vendor coordination, and broader stakeholder collaboration to address performance and interoperability challenges. That's why, look, the BIS, they're not software gurus, okay? They make policies for banks. So they had to have gotten all this tech experience from somewhere. And I'm reading off the names. The BIS isn't just going to create all this shit from nowhere. They're going to take it from existing sources. And I already read off the crypto's names already. Okay, that's where all this is coming from. The project, which is LEAP Phase 2, the project underscores the urgency of quantum readiness. Remember, people are like, oh, quantum hack, oh, that's 10 or 15 years down the road. No, it's not, you fucking dumbass. They're making this shit right now because they're talking about the urgency. The urgency. This isn't something like, yeah, one of these days down the road. The urgency. Sounds pretty urgent to me. Look, I don't care what what scientist says what about how far we are from a quantum attack. You know what? I do my own research and I believe what I believe. That's how I do my shit, okay? The project underscores the urgency of quantum readiness for financial stability. Oh, shit. With implications for cross-border payments. That's Ripple using wholesale and central bank digital currencies as secure quantum-resistant protocols. That's HBAR are critical for maintaining trust and integrity in high-value real-time settlement systems like T2, Target 2, they call that, which handles significant economic volumes and underpin global financial infrastructure. That's a summary. What I just read to you is a 33-page summary. Oh, shit. Cheeny Lee. What's the date today here? It's New Year's Eve. So it's New Year's in Australia. Wait, yeah, it is. Cheeny Lee, right on. She's continuing her membership. Happy New Year, Hulk. Appreciate your work. Nice. Cheeny with the New Year bomb. Dang. Let me show you what we got. So they're working on this now. They're implementing. They already have. See, remember when the satellite went up into space? That's HBAR. They already have it. The BIS is talking about it now. Remember when I said they don't talk about shit unless they already have it or done it, right? Now it's starting to make sense. The BIS publishes its 33-page report claiming on how they need quantum, post-quantum protection, all that. They already have it. They've implemented it. They've tested it. They're rolling it out right now. They're putting it in satellites. They're building these microchips. Okay. You guys, Crypto Hulk told you about Seals Q. It was $170. Congratulations for those that have it. Okay. Now let me go through the deep dive. That was just of the 33-page report. That was just the summary. Now I'm going to go through the deep dive. I'm going to try to balance my time here. And I'll try to cherry pick some of the stuff in the report. Okay. Now, Project LEAP is an initiative led by the Bank of International Settlements. I want you to see something here, everybody. We're getting close. This is encouraging. I mean, I wish it was tomorrow. But hey, you know what? When you got Crypto Hulk Show, you're early. So if you're a person that hates waiting, probably might not want Crypto Hulk Show because you're going to find out way too early. And that means the prices will be super cheap. Crypto Hulk Show kind of spoils all the fun because we find out all the Christmas. I remember one year, I don't know if my brother's listening. Well, one year my brother says, hey, Crypto Hulk. Now this was back, I want to say in 1980. Only 40 years ago or whatever. Not a big deal. 43 years ago. I still remember. He's like, hey, Crypto Hulk, come here. Mom was at work. We go into my parents' bedroom. We go into the closet. My brother found the stash where my parents hid the presents. Oh, nice. He knew how to do all this shit. He had a razor blade, and he carefully sliced it open, the tape, so you couldn't tell. And we got to look at our presents before it was Christmas. And then he was able to tape it back up like nothing ever happened. And at that point, I knew, I think this kid's going to grow up to be a troublemaker. I just knew it. I'm like, I was like 12 maybe, or 11. I can't remember. So he must have been like 10 or whatever. And I knew, oh God, this kid's going to end up being a problem. Where'd he learn how to do all this kind of shit? Not from me. So we have something called Project Leap and then Project Leap 2. This is where we're at. One of the guys that invented it, his name is Raphael Aurer, A-U-E-R. He's the head of the BIS. He has a PhD in economics from MIT. Oh, right where Gary Gensler works, MIT. What a convenient. You see how all this, it's the same people. They just move them around. It's the same fucking people. We got Angela DuPont. She works at the BIS also. She works for the Bank of France. And she has papers on quantum shit. She's fucking genius. Andres Valco. He works in Paris. So we got two people from France. You know about the French. I'm not going to get into all that French stuff, but you know, Crypto Hulk, this is deep right here. When the French are involved, you got two people from France involved in this. Marco Pirelli, Pietro Tiberi, Bank of France, another one, André Le Durand, s'il vous plaît. Over 20 years at Bank de France. Oh, shit. Nicholas Marjane. I don't know. Bank de France. See what I mean? The French. Well, brand new people. Ripple's first customer was Fedor Bank. It was a German bank. After about a year, this was 2014, a year later, the Bank of France bought it. The French government bought Fedor Bank. Right now, the Ripple Ledger Foundation, the French own that. Just thought I'd put that out there. Not a big deal, right? Just random facts. Doesn't mean anybody important, like one of the top 5 families of the world lives in France. Doesn't mean that at all, Crypto Hulk. That's just random coincidence. That all these motherfuckers at the BIS, they work for the Bank of France or the French government. That's just a coincidence too, Crypto Hulk. Not a big deal. Okay. We got the Nexi Group. Swift. Swift is involved in this, in the Bank of International Settlements. We know that Ripple is working with Swift with a company called Tunes, T-H-U-N-E-S. And they have a wallet that Ripple helped them make. And Swift is basically using Ripple technology already. We don't have to have agreements on paper. We can see that I've already gone over the article that Thunes and Swift are all working together with Ripple. They're using the technology. When I say working together, they're working together. I'm not saying they have a pen and ink signature, but they're working together. Yes, they are. You got Valerie Santot. She's a PhD, 30 years working at the European Court of Justice and shit. Project Leap. I'm just cherry picking this article here. They're at phase 2 report. So they're at Leap phase 2. July, phase 2 launch, announcements from the Bank of France. Phase 1 was in 2023 to 24. That was phase 1. So you got the European Central Bank involved. Oh, look right here. The United States Quantum Security Act is mixed up with this. Along with the European Union, Quantum Europe is involved. The Canada National Quantum Strategy is involved here. So now we got some government stuff going on. US, Europe, and Canada. Oh, Europol. You ever heard of Interpol, the inner police of the world? This is Europol. Quantum Safe Financial Forum. Not a big deal. Central banks that are involved here, the BIS, Bank of Italy, Bank of France, Deutsche Bundesbank, European Central Banks involved, Bank of Spain, Canada, Brazil, Monetary Authority of Singapore. My. Let's look up this real quick here. We've got Ripple Singapore. That's where you get the wallets and shit. Let's take a quick look right here. Go to the 2-minute, 16-second mark. 2-minute, 16-second mark. What do you see here? Ripple logo. It says Ripple Singapore, gold and silver in your wallet. If you look at the 3-minute and 48-second mark, you'll see where you can have derivatives, securities, all kinds of shit. Ripple had all this stuff figured out years ago. Let's go back to the deep dive. Now, let's look at all the partners involved. The BIS. Let me look to see. I'm reading the notes on all the other little parts. So we got the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Singapore, I just showed you, that's all with Ripple from the early days. The government of Singapore is all mixed up with Ripple. Trust and believe. That's why we have Ripple has a partnership with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. That's where we get Ripple Singapore and the Gold Vault and all the carrying on that they were doing. And they try to delete these web pages, but guess what? CryptoHawks got them, okay? That's what I'm showing you. We got the Deutsche Bundesbank, Bank of Italy, Nexicult, Swift's involved with this, PQC, ISO 20022. Then we got NIST, NIST. We're going to get into these. Now we got Project Leap with the crystals dilithium. Just like on Star Trek, remember Mr. Scott? Oh, Captain, I need the dilithium crystals. This is what it is. Star Trek was right. Project Leap, an initiative by the Bank of International Settlements Innovation Hub, explicitly interacts with crystals dilithium as part of its efforts to quantum-proof financial systems. Phase 1 completed in 2023. You have PQC algorithms, including crystal dilithium for signature digital signatures, alongside others like Falcon and Crystal Kyber. Now, that's a crypto that I had invested in the past. I thought it was HBAR, but it's not. But it's like an Ethereum. You can buy. There's a crypto for that. The Crystal Kyber. Let me look this one up on CoinGecko. That's a crypto that you might want to look into. The Kyber Network Crystal. That's at 23 cents. Here's your CoinGecko for that one. I have KNC on Kalen Brown. Says Chris Sharpie. I was talking about that one like 8, 9, 10 months ago. Long time ago. I had it. I sold it because I had to get it. I forgot what cryptos. But that was a crypto right here. This Kyber Network Crystal that CryptoHawk was discussing, I think 10 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that. So there's one of the cryptos that are going to be integrated into all this right here. That one's going to be a monster, 23 cents right now. So congratulations, Chris Sharpie and everybody else who has Crystals Kyber. So yeah, that Crystals Kyber thing, telling you what, that thing is all mixed up in this. Be prepared. Strap in. Make sure your seatbelt and crash helmet's in there. Next, HBAR. We all know that Hedera is mixed up in this. The HBAR crypto is going to be massive. Now, I should be getting my crypto allowance today or tomorrow, and I'm going to go buy. If you're a $500 member, you can call me and say, hey, what did you get? But there's going to be a certain crypto that I'm probably going to invest in. I'll let you know what it is. Now, this here is HBAR. I already got it. Now there's Seals Q. This is where Seals Q comes in. It's a subsidiary of WiseKey. So Seals Q is a stock. It's a company. You can buy it on the American Stock Exchange. It's LAES. That's a stock that a lot of people on Crypto Hulk channel have bought. And it's all a part of this WiseKey semiconductors and stuff. WiseKey is WKEY. And you can find that on the stock exchange as well. It's a quantum resistant technology is what these are. This company is all about. Crystals hyphen dilithium as a NIST, NIST approved. Now, I want to make it clear. There's nothing official on paper that shows HBAR and all this BIS and all this BS is working together. Of course, there's never going to be. This is supposed to be done secret because if they showed that, you and me would all dogpile in like crazy and probably buy even more of this shit. Okay, that's how this is. It's called common sense. And I've broken this down enough to where if you can't draw the picture with some crayons, I can't help you. You're kind of a special stupid that you need professional therapy or something that I'm not qualified to provide. All right. This shit should be too fucking easy to see what cryptos are being built here. Project Leap is a central bank-led initiative. So that's what we got here. You got Swift involved in this. This thing is so fucking major. All these cryptos that I'm telling you right now, this will be massive when this thing takes off. You'll be like, damn, Crypto Hulk, I'm rich. Thank you. Now let's take a look here. This is for brand new people who don't know. Let's do a copy and a paste. The article's title is this: Seals Q. Now, that's the company we're talking about here. It's a real world company, not a crypto. Seals Q is a real company, and they partner with a crypto company called Hedera. The crypto is called HBAR, HBAR. And they join together. Seals Q provides the hardware. Hedera provides the software, if you want to call it that, okay? They have this lovely marital relationship where they just made the next generation of post-quantum semiconductors. This is what this whole BIS thing is all about, this technology. If you scroll down, you'll see Seals Q. Then you'll see, oh, right there, Hedera Hashgraph. And if we scroll down here, you'll see it. They got the microchips right there. Semiconductors, PKI, post-quantum technology hardware. They got these microchips. Seals Q, quantum resistant chips. It's the QS7001 open platform. And you can read, brand new people can read through that article there. Let me look up something real quick again. Hold on. So here is Hedera. This is 2022. I want you to see right here. This is 3 years old. And I'm going to show you this for a reason. They've already had this technology from at least 3 years ago to stop a quantum attack. There it is. There's Hedera. There's Dr. Lehman Baird. He worked for like the Air Force and government security agencies and stuff. Notice that there's NIST is involved. And here you have the crystal. Crystal's dilithium right there. Falcon. Crystal Kyber right there talks about, okay? That's the one that Caleb Brown sells. The crystals Kyber. Caleb Brown has that. But see right here, this is all. So you can't tell me that HBAR and their 30 or maybe up to 40 partners. HBAR is like 30 or 40. The partners of the Hedera Foundation, there's a lot of them now. It's not just like 20 like there used to be. There's like almost 40, I think, now, okay? All these global international companies working on quantum proof. You're going to tell me they're not sharing this with the BIS? Because that's BS. You really have to believe that there's really a Santa Claus and Easter Bunny, okay? You got HBAR Hedera, who's partners with Ripple, Chainlink, Algorand, and you're telling me they're not all working together? That would be kind of fucking stupid. So, and Seals Q's involved. You're telling me that Ripple and their little partners and all that shit are working on all this crystals, dilithium, and all that shit, right? And Ripple's not saying anything to the BIS because Ripple's the BIS partner. You think Ripple's not saying nothing? Like, oh, you guys just do that and we'll do that. And do you really believe that? Because if so, that you need some help, bro. Serious help. You are a special kid. Mom used to always call you. Let's continue. So we got, they're using crystals, dilithium, Seals Q. All these they're all mixed in. Seals Q is already setting the satellites with this crystals and stuff in the banking. They're not working separate. That'd be so fucking stupid. Like, oh, no, we're not going to listen to HBAR. And HBAR's like, oh, no, we're not listening to the BIS. We're all going to do our own thing. We're not going to work together, even though HBAR is like working with the payments company Ripple. And Ripple's hooked up with all the banks. We're not going to work with them. And no, we're not working with them either. Do you see how fucking stupid that is? And you'll have these cocksuckers on X be like, well, CryptoHawk's not showing any, there's no written agreements there. Really? Because that is the dumbest fucking shit. So, yeah, you do believe, yeah, we're not going to work with anybody. We're going to work on crystals all by ourselves. We're going to send satellites into space. We're not going to collaborate at all with the BIS. Not at all. We're not going to share any information. Not at all. That's so fucking stupid. But CryptoHawk, there's no official announcement of a partnership. You go back and believe in Santa Claus, dude, because you're so fucking stupid. And they still talk about that seal coin. I don't know when they're going to release that thing. We may have already found it. Maybe that's why they haven't released it. It's because we already got it. I don't know. Could be it. I mean, when they sent up that satellite, they had already supposed to release the seal coin, and they haven't. I'm wondering if it's because you guys might already have it. And if so, that would be so fucking massive. You guys got it before they even released it to the public? Oh, shit. That would be fucking phenomenal. December 2025, WiseKey and Seals Q launched the satellite via SpaceX with Hedera. We were waiting for that. It's already in outer space. All the shit we're talking about now is already in outer space. It says Seal Coin is new, 2024. But I haven't even released it yet. That's what's weird. Hedera partners with banks. Oh, what? Yeah. Like Standard Bank out of Africa. Talks about Seal, Hedera and Seal's Q, next generation for PQC integrated with Seal Coin. I wish they would just release that shit. Seal Coin again pops up. Axelar comes into this. That's another crypto. Axelar is one that you're going to want to have. December 2025. Axelar was integrated with Hedera, this blockchain interoperability, probably to allow the Seal coin to be interoperable. That's where the Axelar comes into this. That would be another crypto you need to get. Caleb Brown has it. Now, right here is where EQTY comes in. Let me see if I can find it on CoinGecko. Yep, there it is. Oh, shit. This one's got 0.004. Oh, man. Looks like you can get this one for heck cheap. Let me do a copy paste, everybody. 2 zeros in front of this one. I told the $500 people last night. There you go. Now let's look at what does it say about. So we had a coin 8 months ago or more, and I made like, I'm sure I made $1,000 to $2,000 off this coin. It was called LTO, and everybody's worried. Oh, Crypto Hulk, it's going through a name change. Oh shit, it's not going to be worth anything. Oh, should I sell it? No. If I put it on my show, and that's for show, it's going to be worth a whole lot. People are like, oh, Crypto Hulk's selling shilling meme coin or shit coins. Crypto Hulk is shilling. Oh, really? So that's why EQTY, which used to be LTO, is now working with the Bank of International Settlements for global payment infrastructure, you dumb cock. Crypto Hulk is shilling shit coins. Yeah, that's why EQTY Labs is now integrated with Axelar, Sealcoin, Hedera, and all this other shit with all the BIS and all this stuff, right? Because it's a shit coin. You know what? The only shit around there is shit for brains, is what you got. So here we have Hedera and NVIDIA / Linux Foundation via Equity Labs, EQTY Labs / Hiero, HIERO. This is for AI and compute blockchain, GPU accelerated PQC, verifiable compute. Hardware level quantum security for AI uses Hedera code base. So this is where the EQTY comes in. And then, of course, you got WiseKey mixed in with SpaceX. This is how they're going to be sending all these things up into space, and the technology and the BIS is using all this. Let me check the comments section. I love anything Hedera touches. We're at the 50-minute mark right now. Isn't EQTY tokenizing everything on Solana? That I don't know. Oh, shit. Axelar used to be $2.60. Oh, shit. Damn. Right now it's like 6 cents, and it used to be $2.60. Whoa. If you're in Australia, Happy New Year to all the Australians and everybody all up and down that area. Thailand, all the Crypto Hulk fans in the Philippines and shit all over. Chris Sharpie's like, my thumb is sore from all the BSL I bought. I'm telling you what, the price right now, consider it joy that you can see all this crypto news. The prices don't go up. You can get all this crypto for cheap. And the normies are like, oh, hey, the crypto's not going up. Oh God, I think I should sell off. Something's wrong. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Something is right. Something is so very, very right. You're given an opportunity. This is like, see, it's all about perspective. I was talking to a $500 person the other day, and a new person. And I'm like, look, oh, so this guy got laid off, and he realizes, oh shit, by the time I get another job, pay off whatever debts I might have accumulated, save up money for the crypto, I might miss this thing. Very well, most likely. So he's going to bust a move and pull out 20 grand, get a loan. He's going to get the Crypto Hulk lawyer, because I know his thinking is this: by the time I get my shit together and buy this crypto, it's going to be like 8 months from now, and this shit might already blow off. Not that we're going to the moon or nothing, but like this shit might go back up to normal. So his reasoning is this: I'm going to buy this shit, and just like I told you guys, if it goes up 1, 2, 3 times, that's all. You know, I'm not saying we're going to the moon or nothing, but if it goes up 3 times, that 20 grand turns into 60. And what does he do? Sell off the 20, pay off the loan. Now he's got 40,000 in crypto. It's his. He's like, that's my plan. I'm like, that sounds pretty reasonable. Now, we know, because I was telling him, we know crypto's going to go up. We don't know when. We know you can't have a $2 XRP, I told him. Here's why. If JP Morgan wants to move $200 million in a single move, it can't do it. Because the XRP, if you got 50 of them in escrow, 50 billion in escrow, that leaves 50 billion sitting around. And if you don't have all 50 of those billions sitting in somebody's account, that would still 50 times 2, that's 100 billion. So we need to move $200 billion, let's say. It can't be done because there's not enough XRP to move it, see? So we know the value. And then how many XRP are really just sitting around that could be utilized? I don't know how many they got. Maybe 1 billion. Like, this shit ain't going to work. So after we were explaining and talking about that, you got to move it all at once. I guess if you had 50 billion, you could send it. You'd have to recycle it. Like, you'd have to send them it, and then you'd have to get it back. And then I don't understand all the technicals on it, but if you wanted to send it in 2 seconds and not have to send it 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 times because there's not enough XRP and the value is only $2 a piece, you would literally need 100 billion XRP at $2 a piece, 100 billion of them, and there's not that many. You wouldn't be able to do it. So we're still not there yet. But he realized, oh shit, I might miss out on this. I'm like, you very well could. I mean, the price could drop, but then what does it matter? We know it's going back. It's the prices now. The prices now of all these cryptos, they're pretty much as low as they're going to get. Now, let's say they go lower. Okay, great. You got to go up because you can't use these cryptos. You can't have a 6-cent Axlar. That shit ain't going to work. All right. So where we are now in a phase of utility, we're moving towards utility. All the speculative shit is done. So pump dumps and all that shit's done. We're moving now into real world use case where shit's getting real. And he's realizing it. As we're talking on the phone, I said, do you believe he's been watching the show 1.5 years? He's learned a tremendous amount. He's like, you know what? Like, I've learned a ton from this channel. This crypto's getting ready to launch. I'm like, I know. That's what I'm reading. The articles now. When JP Morgan makes a statement, we're going to offer institutional custody, that kind of tells you better get your shit ready. Like this dollar cost out, well, I'll buy it tomorrow, or this shit ain't gonna happen, man. And if it goes up 3x, like we need shit to go up like 100x just to get back where we're at. Like my crypto is like so hammered down right now. So all he's gonna do is when it goes up to where it should be, sell off 20 grand of his 40, 60 grand, whatever he's gonna have. Just pay the loan off. There you go. Bam, done. And I'm like, sounds like a pretty good plan. So then, yeah, then you're good. So, and we talked about some other things, but yeah, we're going to go over that tomorrow or so. He's going to call me again. We're going to look at his portfolio, and I'm going to tell him shit that he might want to look into buying. The market never being this pretty is time to buy. So that's exactly right. I'm not going to get into that 33-page report. I kind of told you the summary of it right there, because really all you guys want to know is what cryptos are involved. So I kind of got into what they're doing. And that is the BIS is running trials. They're publicly acknowledging they're running trials. They're making it look like they're testing it's already done. But they're running trials so that they can flip a switch. They can say, oh, we already ran the trials. It's all done. So they're running these trials now, and they're getting all the banks hooked up under trials, okay? They know the shit works. I've showed you already in this past hour what cryptos are involved. Now, I will acknowledge there's no direct relationships on paper that you can see. Oh, yep, they're using that. But I think with some common sense, you can kind of see what cryptos are involved in this. I own those except the Kyber, except the Crystal Kyber, I don't have anymore. But all of those are cryptos that are involved in this. The EQTY, Ripple, which is the XRP. You're going to have Axelar in there, HBAR. Those seem to be the main ones. I didn't see any talk about an Ethereum Foundation or any kind of Ethereum platform of any kind. I'm not saying it's not in there. I'm just saying I didn't see it. Okay. I think that'll wrap up this particular program. Yeah, I'm going to head on out. I'm going to turn this show over to the $5 people. It's 8:00 a.m. Pacific time, December 31st, New Year's Eve. And at about 9:00 a.m. Pacific time, I will turn the show open to the public. So if you're interested and you want to get these cryptos, that's the time frame. As more and more people know about them, some may buy them, they may pump, maybe they don't, doesn't matter. What I'm showing you is the foundation of what will be. So it's pretty clear what cryptos are going to run the financial system in the BIS protocol. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'll see you on the next show.